So as a lot of you guys might already know, we've been really getting after it on the Suburban back here, trying to get ready for Power Tour. And when you're doing that, you try a lot of new stuff, right? You might be, try some new products, maybe a new technique. And during that, you might find out that the product ain't what you thought it was, or your technique sucks, maybe a mixture of both. I don't know. But I'm going to show you this bedliner we put in this thing, and you can decide whether it's one of those two, both, neither, whatever, on this week's Tuesday Morning Tech Tip from Pugliese Speed Shop. So there's good things and bad things about messing with one of these square bodies here. The good thing is the aftermarket is just endless, man. Anything you need to do to this thing, anything you could possibly think of, somebody's probably done it, and there's a kit out there, or there's a video showing you how to do it, there's a hack, there's a whatever, which is great, right? Because sometimes, your imagination just kind of hits the wall, and you're like, I don't know what I want to do, and, well, So what do? You start Googling stuff, YouTube, talk to your buddies, go to a car show, cars and coffee, whatever you're doing, and you get an idea, right? Or sometimes you've had this idea for a while and never had the vehicle to do it in, right? That's kind of what happened with this bedliner here. I've always used the roll-in liners. That's just, I've done it on a hard body. At Ram 50 I did it, my F-150, I had a full-size Ram. I've always put the roll-in liners. They always come out great. And just never had an issue. No issue at all. I mean, honestly. And you guys know I don't always do things the way the directions tell you to, and to still not have an issue, it's pretty sweet. But we had a new product out, and I figured I'd check it out, and that's how we put in the bedliner. We did not roll this one in. This is actually a spray-in liner that I used the Rust-Oleum turbo cans, and covered great. And there's a few reasons. We'll sit down and talk about why I chose that, but there's also a couple things I'm not crazy about. And I'll flip you around, give you a close-up on it, so when we talk about it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I'm still not mad at it. Came out pretty good. So my biggest issue is there's not really any texture to it. I mean, you see a little bit, and actually this is kind of just because this was rusted and pitted and I didn't sand it good enough. But as you go through it, I mean, it's not bad. It covered great. It's not, see, it's kind of, I like a little more texture, a little more grit, this way stuff doesn't slide around too much. That's honestly the only problem I have with the product. Now, how you put it in, the roll-on ones are a little bit easier because I had a tape. Of course, you're going to tape it off no matter what. You want a nice, crisp line, across the back here, all that kind of stuff. But with the roll-in one, I wouldn't have had to put paper halfway up there, paper over the bumper, over the back of the seats there, around the whole hump. So prep time was a little bit more than I'm used to. It wasn't terrible, but I think I got spoiled really having virtually no prep time with the other one. But I'm going to grab a can, show you what it looks like, and we'll sit down and talk about it. All right, guys, so the Rust-Oleum turbo cans, they've been around for a year or two at least, right? And you've seen plenty of videos with people painting their cars or painting whatever, and they've had the paint out forever. Only available in black at first. I don't know if there's more available now. There might be. This was the first time I saw the truck bed coating, though. And, of course, the turbo can is ridiculous. You can't even get it in one frame, right? It's right there, the Pro Grade. Stops rust, it's black, of course, you saw it. And the normal stuff you expect out of it, right? 4 times faster than traditional truck bed spray for large projects. So this can, one can, I hit it up, like I said, it covered pretty good. I'll have the kid throw in a little video, actually, of of me painting it or lining it, whatever you want to call that. This is not bad. I thought it was going to be a little messy. Oh, there we go. That's probably a little much. So you see, it covered well, right? I mean, it was virtually covered in one coat, which took one can. So I got 4 cans on it altogether. Now, mind you, this isn't a full-size truck bed, right? This is like barely, I don't even think it's a short box, really, to be honest. Yeah. So maybe it's close, 6 feet. I'll throw a tape on it. We'll have the kid put it in there, but it's pretty close. I didn't do up the sides or nothing, right? So 4 cans. I was good at 3, but 3 was just under 3 coats. And I said, well, they said use 2 to 3 coats. I said, let me just goosh it on better. And the last coat I put pretty heavy because as you spray it out, it looks real textury and then it kind of just falls. It's like, I tried shaking it up more. I tried changing my technique, all that kind of stuff. It just didn't really change how it laid out. Like I said, coverage was great. And here's something that's I kind of found out on accident when I was researching something else. So you know how like the traditional truck bed coating, it never fully cures, right? It's always a little squishy, you know? Well, that's because it's got this chemical in it called MDI. And it never fully cures, which is what gives it that effect. Well, Rust-Oleum, the truck bed coating, does not have that. And that's good and it's bad. It's great for this because clearly this is an SUV and it's all closed in the back. The fact that it never cures, it's always flashing off. It's never, you know. So it's always emitting fumes, which they might not be that bad, but they can mess you up. That's how that works, right? So short of driving this thing around with a respirator on, what are you going to do? Well, that's why this was a great choice for this. Because, guys, it was potent when I first sprayed it. I left the shop open overnight, came down the next day. Fine. Left the doors open on the car, all that kind of stuff. So, it was great for this project. And if I was going to do another one like this, I'd probably use this mainly for the safety sake of it, right? But I wouldn't use it in a pickup bed. Just for my personal opinion, I like it to be more gritty, like I said. And I feel like it's still kind of thin after 3.5 coats. It's still thinner than I'd like. Where you can, when you do that roller, of course the roller has texture in it, so that adds that, and I just like the way it comes out better. I mean, I was complaining a little bit about the prep time. It is what it is. You got to prep everything. If you saw this before, and I'm sure I got a picture or something, I'll throw up somewhere. And it was bad shape. It was very rusted. Originally there was carpeting back there. Somebody used this thing as a work rig, and something spilled, and something else spilled, and something else spilled. It just kept on spilling, and nobody cleaned it up. Eventually, somebody got smart, at least ripped the carpet out of it, so it was gone when I got here, when I got it. But they didn't pull the trim up and pull all the carpet out from underneath, so it was getting worse under there. That's why all that pitting's there. That's where that trim was. So something to think about if you are using an SUV as a work truck or a van with carpeting or something like that. Think about that and prep your vehicle for that, right? So like this is going to be a shop rig. That's the whole plan behind it. I think that's the first time I officially said it on camera. That's the plan. So that's why I put that back there. I mean, this is rubber flooring up front, roll-up windows. I mean, 0 option vehicle, so nobody's going to make like this pimped out rig out of it, right? So with the way the body is, it's pretty solid, got a couple marks on it. Everything's like that, worn but not terrible. Seemed like the perfect thing to do was make it a shop rig. So you're going to want to use the bed as a bed, so let's protect it. I'm not going to put carpet back there because then we just start that process over again. So we knocked all the rust down. We primed it. We put this coating on. And I think it was a great choice. I did struggle a little bit back and forth whether I should do the spare tire tub or if I should do the wheel well tubs. And I actually even did a short and threw it up there. And the internet has spoken. It's staying the way it is. Everybody likes it. It does look really clean the way it taped off and stuff. I do like that. So, like I said, I don't regret this at all. And I bought this off Amazon. I got a box of 6 of these for I think it was $108. So you go buy one of those gallons of truck bed lining, you'll probably get just as much done for between 80 and 120 bucks. So the price point's right there. You guys saw it laid down nice. I just not a huge fan of not having that much texture. Other than that, I think it's a great product. It is really, it's kind of, I thought it was going to be crazy. So it says on the back here that up to 10-foot wide spray, right? So I was like, man, I imagine there's, you know, a way to do this. And I didn't read all the directions. You guys already know that. But it comes with, let's see if we can open this guy. Yep, there you go. Apparently, whenever they ship them, the cap is off of every single one of these. I guess this has been sitting a little while, guys. Kind of funny, it says, stops rust. And the container it comes in is rusted. But, you know, you put this thing on, make sure not to spray yourself in the face when you do it. And if you look at the fan on this guy here, that's where you get that crazy, I mean, it does. It's like, shh. I thought it was going to be even crazier than it was. And I might have gone a little overboard with how much I taped off, but it all has to do with how far back. I mean, you know, the typical spray things, how far back you have it. I don't know if there's any adjustment here. Let's see. No, it doesn't really say anything. Large products. So I didn't think there'd be any adjustments. It's a can of spray paint at the end of the day, right? But I guess to get that 10 feet thing, you got to be back there because it wasn't throwing anything like that. Maybe 3 feet. So, but which is still all you need because like I was a little worried. I'm reading that, so I'm kind of like, oh man, this is going to get out of control. So I over prepared, which is better than being under prepared. I mean, if you're going to do it right. So there you go. Hopefully you guys got something out of this. If you plan on doing something inside, say you got a work van or you're going to make a shop rig out of an SUV or something, this stuff's the stuff to use. Keep yourself alive. That's important. Because, guys, you can't drive your hot rod if you're dead. That's just how that is. So take care of yourself out there, you know? And, well, hope you guys learned something. Thanks for watching.